In the heart of the Pacific Ocean, beyond any accessible limit for human beings, lies the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on our planet, an abyss that reaches nearly 11,000 meters deep. For decades, this region has been the subject of limited scientific exploration due to extreme conditions, pressures of more than 1,000 atmospheres, temperatures close to freezing point, and absolute darkness. However, recent technological advances, including state-of-the-art autonomous underwater drones, have allowed researchers to penetrate this unfathomable world and record data never before seen. Subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any of our videos about the most impressive secrets of the ocean and the phenomena that challenge science. What makes these expeditions so transcendental is not only the depth, but the complexity of the abyssal ecosystem. Despite the extreme conditions, life thrives in unusual ways. Bioluminescent fish, crustaceans that feed on detritus, mollusks of extraordinary sizes, and microorganisms capable of surviving pressures that would crush any human body make up a world completely isolated from the surface. Every mission to the abyss has revealed new species, unexpected behaviors, and extreme adaptations that challenge traditional biological understanding. It was during one of these routine explorations that the unexpected occurred. A drone equipped with high-resolution sensors and infrared light cameras captured images of a phenomenon that left scientists completely frozen. Geometric structures and inexplicable light patterns on the seabed, which did not correspond to known rock formations or local biology. Experts reviewed the data several times, ruling out technical errors or light reflections, and the evidence remained consistent. These anomalies, now known as the Mariana Trench phenomenon, began to be the subject of intense, multidisciplinary analysis. Initial reports indicate that the phenomenon is not static. Drones detected energy fluctuations and subtle movements, suggesting it is a dynamic event, with an impact on the local ecosystem. Some organisms show atypical behavior near these structures, avoiding areas they previously inhabited normally. Researchers at the Pacific Marine Research Center claim that the activity could be altering the habitats of abyssal species, changing the distribution of biomass, and modifying the microenvironmental currents that sustain life at these depths. Another finding that has attracted attention is the presence of chemical and biological anomalies. Water samples collected near the phenomenon show unusual concentrations of minerals, dissolved gases, and previously unknown microbes. Some of these microorganisms appear to have genetic characteristics that had not been documented in other marine environments, raising questions about how life evolved in the most extreme conditions on Earth. Scientists are studying the possibility that these life forms may offer clues about extremophilic adaptations and previously unknown biochemical processes. The mystery deepens when considering the energy patterns detected. Drones measured electromagnetic pulses and small variations in the local magnetic field, phenomena that do not match any known geological explanation. Some experts suggest that it could be an unknown natural process, perhaps related to tectonic movements or hydrothermal activity, but others speculate about origins that we do not yet understand, which has generated intense debates in the scientific community. Historically, the Mariana Trench has been a natural laboratory for studying the limits of pressure, temperature, and life. But this phenomenon has added an unexpected component, the possibility of active processes existing that still defy the known laws of physics and biology. Researchers now face a dual challenge: exploring an extremely hostile environment and interpreting a phenomenon that could rewrite what we know about the ocean abysses. Furthermore, the drones have captured structures with regular geometries, which some scientists compare to mineral formations. But their symmetry and arrangement seem too complex to be explained solely by geological processes. This has piqued the interest of physicists, biologists, and oceanographers who are collaborating to try to unravel the nature of these patterns. Each analysis shows consistent results. They are not camera artifacts, nor known formations, but something truly unusual that defies expectations about the deepest seabed on the planet. Another critical aspect is the interaction with local fauna. Fish and crustaceans show avoidance behaviors in areas close to the phenomenon, as if they perceived a threat or an unknown stimulus. This type of reaction suggests that the event could have broader ecological effects than initially imagined, altering the dynamics of predation, reproduction, and migration of species adapted to extreme darkness and pressure. Most surprisingly, the anomaly appears to be expansionist, according to tracking data over several weeks. Its radius of influence on the ecosystem could be slowly growing, increasing the urgency of its study. Scientists are developing prediction models to understand how this phenomenon might evolve and what impacts it could have on the abyssal biosphere, an environment that until recently was considered stable and predictable in its extreme conditions. In parallel, some researchers have documented interference in measuring instruments, such as compasses and electromagnetic sensors, only when approaching the core of the phenomenon. These disturbances have led some specialists to consider scenarios that go beyond conventional geology, including theories about unknown physical processes in the deep ocean. Each new mission to the site is carefully planned, given that pressure, darkness, and distance complicate any direct human intervention. Comment abyss if you believe there are still mysteries in the depths of the ocean that science has not managed to explain. In this first approach, the discovery has generated a mixture of astonishment and caution in the scientific community. While many try to explain the phenomenon based on natural grounds, the absence of precedents and the complexity of the signals captured have sparked speculation and debates about the possibility of unknown processes on our own planet, something that until now had only been imagined in extreme theories of abyssal physics and biology. Following the initial findings, the Pacific Marine Research Center deployed a series of follow-up missions using drones and unmanned submarines equipped with state-of-the-art sensors. These devices allow monitoring electromagnetic fluctuations, recording data on temperature, pressure, chemical composition of the water, and behavior of local fauna with unprecedented precision. Each mission reveals details that were previously impossible to obtain due to the extreme conditions of the abyss. One of the most striking discoveries was the interaction of the phenomenon with marine life. Abyssal fish, crustaceans, and other organisms showed unusual behavior patterns. Some avoided specific areas, while others grouped around the luminous structures captured by the drones. Scientists have theorized that there could be a type of unknown signal or stimulus that directly affects animal behavior, something that had never been documented at these depths. The analysis of water samples in these areas has also generated surprising findings. Microbes and single-celled organisms with unique genetic compositions were detected, distinct from any other known marine organism. Some present enzymes and proteins capable of withstanding extreme pressures and metabolizing unusual compounds, suggesting completely different biological processes than those studied until now. This opens the door to new research on the adaptation of life in extreme environments and possible biotechnological applications. In parallel, sensor readings showed periodic electromagnetic fluctuations that did not correspond to known tectonic activity or marine currents. Some researchers proposed that these signals could indicate unknown geophysical processes, such as complex interactions between the Earth's core and the ocean floor, or even energy phenomena that we still do not understand. Each measured pulse was recorded and analyzed, looking for patterns and correlations with changes in the marine ecosystem. Another relevant line of study focused on the geometric formations captured by the drones. Initial investigations ruled out that they were simple eroded rock structures. Their regularity and arrangement suggested an unknown origin, possibly linked to complex hydrothermal processes or mechanisms not yet identified in abyssal geology. The symmetry of some formations is so marked that it has sparked debates about how such precise structures can be created in extreme conditions of pressure and temperature. The phenomenon has also impacted the distribution of sediments on the seabed. Drones equipped with high-resolution sonar have recorded subterranean currents and sediment displacements in areas where everything was previously considered stable. This could indicate that the phenomenon is not static, but actively interacts with the environment, altering microhabitats and generating changes in the ecosystem at scales that are still being evaluated. Scientists have also observed indirect effects on fauna that inhabit higher levels of the ocean, such as migratory fish and birds that depend on marine productivity generated by abyssal organisms. The alteration of microhabitats could have repercussions on the food chain, affecting biodiversity in upper layers of the Pacific Ocean. This interconnection underscores the importance of fully understanding the processes that occur thousands of meters below sea level, as even minimal changes can have large-scale effects. To delve into the origin of the phenomenon, Multidisciplinary teams have carried out advanced computational models that integrate geology, biology, physics, and chemistry. These models suggest that unknown energetic interactions could be occurring, capable of generating both the detected signals and the observed geometric structures. The results are preliminary, but offer plausible hypotheses about abyssal processes never before documented. Another intriguing discovery was the detection of concentration zones of organic matter that did not correspond to the normal deposition of marine detritus. This could indicate the existence of local sources of energy or nutrients that feed unique microbial ecosystems capable of sustaining food chains independent of sunlight and traditional matter flows. The microbes found there could provide information on how life can exist on planets or moons where surface conditions are hostile or non-existent. The impact of the phenomenon has also generated debate about the need for protection and regulation of explorations in these areas. Although scientific curiosity drives the missions, there is a growing consensus on the need to minimize disturbance to these extremely fragile ecosystems. Given that even the passage of a drone can temporarily alter animal behaviors and nutrient dispersal, the combination of exploration and conservation is key to ensuring that discoveries do not turn into irreversible damage. As more data is collected, researchers have begun to identify expansion patterns of the phenomenon, which appear to slowly spread to adjacent areas of the ocean floor. This raises questions about its origin. Is it a long-term natural process, an unknown energetic phenomenon, or even an indication of exceptional geological events that we do not yet fully understand? Each new mission provides more information, but also multiplies the unanswered questions. The Mariana Trench, once considered a silent and inaccessible abyss, has become a living natural laboratory, where the combination of advanced technology, multidisciplinary science, and human curiosity promises to redefine our understanding of the abyssal world. Every descending drone, every sensor that records, and every analyzed sample brings us closer to understanding a phenomenon that challenges the limits of modern knowledge, reminding us that even in the deepest places on Earth, there are still secrets capable of leaving us frozen in awe. Share this video with someone fascinated by the mysteries of the deep sea, so they can discover how the Mariana Trench continues to surprise the world.